Hi everybody, welcome to another workshop. We're going to have a go today at using names or words or football club initials, whatever you like really, to get some perspective with those letters or shapes. There's some hearts there, look, my daughter's name. So we're going to get to it. So decide first the word you're going to use or the name, and you'll need some paper, pencil. I'm going to see if I've got a sharp one actually. You will need a ruler and some crayons, either felt tips or you can use pencil crayons, or you can use a mixture of both. You'll also need a rubber as well. Okay. So like I say, I tried this one earlier, and it's quite sort of curvy, that one. This one is a little straighter with the E, if you can see, and then the circles have gone around just to make it, give it that perspective that it's going down into the distance. Okay, so once you've chosen your word or your name, you might want to draw some lines across your page where you want your word or initials to be, or you might just want to go freehand, and I'm going to try and go freehand, and I'm going to try and do my son's name because he said, "Mum, where's mine? I want one." And his name is Isaac, which actually I probably need a bigger piece of paper for, but I'm just going to go, I'm going to try it here. So we've got an I. I'm going to do it in pencil in case I can't fit it in. Don't know whether you can see this on the camera, but I'll go over it in pen in a minute. So basically, you need to get the shape of the letters as you want them. They could be sort of jumbled up, I guess. My son's name is actually quite long. I think I'm going to do the two A's on top of each other, like that. And then I'm going to do the K. Oh, I'm going to make that a bit thinner. Whether you can see this. Isaac. Okay, so I'm now going to take a black pen, and you might like to spend a bit more time on that to get it just as you want it, which is always a good thing to do, isn't it? To take your time. I'm just going to go over my lines, back to my Z. Perhaps I should have just done Zach. We do call him Zach. Okay. And actually I'm going to make a bit stick out there. And these do tend to look a bit like superhero, sort of Superman-y style once they're done, which is quite cool. So there we have it, Isaac. Okay, so then I'm going to rub out all my pen lines. Like I say, that may take you a little bit longer than I've just done. Remember, I've just done a few of these. I've done it on the live feed, and I did a practice last night. So the more you do it, you see, you just go for it in the end. But if it's your first time, it will take you a while, so don't be disheartened by that. Remember, this is your piece of artwork, your piece of doodling, or whatever you want to call it today. So it doesn't have to look like mine. It doesn't have to be the same. It's not going to be the same, is it? Because you're not going to use the same word or the same name. But what I'm saying is, you can't really go wrong. That's the good thing with art, isn't it? So, we've got our word, our name, Isaac. Okay, and I could put in, maybe I should do a star, because we do call him still actually Zaxter. I'm just not very good at drawing stars. Oh, I'll do the old triangle sort of shape. Now, this could make it super complicated. So you can laugh at me maybe when I get muddled up with my perspective in a moment. But we'll have a go. Just going to have a go. So, what I need now is a point for my perspective to go to. So like my point there is here. Okay, so that's where my point's going to be. And you'll need a ruler. I'm going to use a pencil to start with in case, again, I get it wrong. All right, and I'm going to go from the bottom of my letters. So from the I, I'm going to come down to the perspective there. Go there. And what else is closest to the dot? It's the A and the star. So I'm going to find the closest letters first to go from. I've gone from that side of the A. Actually, I'm going to do this in pen so you can see it clearer. But I'd advise you to do it in pencil first, in case you get a bit muddled. I've made a smudge look. Okay, so my A, this A, I'll go from there, it's closest. Go down there. And then the star is probably the next closest, isn't it? So I'm going to go from the edge of the star. And where are the other points on my star that are closest to the dot? I hope you can see this okay. Actually, a star is really nice to do this because there's a lot of points on it. So that's the first part. All the bits that are close, all the letters or shapes that are closest to the perspective point we've joined up. Now we're going to go to those that are the next layer up. So we've got our Z here. Now, what happens is we don't want to draw over any other shapes. So actually that joins there. Can you see? I'm going to go down from there to there. And probably our next one will be the K. So the K, I'm going to line it up with the perspective, but actually I am just going to stop there at the A because I don't want to go through the A. That line is actually going behind the A. I hope that makes sense. And the same with this one, that actually joins the A, that one does. Okay, I'm going to go now. These are closer, aren't they? The edges of this star. Let's see if we need to put one in there. Or we do, just a little bit for the star. Is there any others here? Oh yes, just that one, look. So I'm lining it up, but actually I'm only doing that tiny bit. So the next one, that's probably closest, isn't it? Or does that need anything? Only a tiny bit. It needs, and what about that one? Tiny bit. Okay, we could probably do this end of the K. And this one. Again, I'm going to stop at the star. I don't want to go in front of it and behind it with my K. So what comes next? Probably this one is the next closest. So again, I'm going to line it up, but I'm not going to go in front of that other A. getting this, and then I'm going to take it from the edge of this A. Rounded shapes are a little bit tricky, aren't they? But I'm going to stop at the top of that Z. So it's following the line, but you don't see it. Okay, so I think probably the Z is the next bit there. And then probably this one. So we're using all the points of our shapes. Okay, probably the I is the next one, isn't it? I'm going to come this way this time. I'm going to go from that. And again, we don't need to carry on any further because that line will go behind this section. And then we're going to go from here. Again, we're lining it up with our dot. This bit of the line is going behind, so we only need that one. Okay, is there any others that we haven't done yet? Top of the K. Again, I'm lining it up with the dot. It's going to go down. Is there anything? Do I need to put one there? No. Do I need to put one there? Just a tiny one. I think that's complete. That one does look quite odd, doesn't it, there? But it's right. It's funny how some of them... Oh, this one looks a little bit odd. Oh no, that's right too. No, we're okay. We're on it. I wonder if I need anything on that one just there. Brilliant. So there we are. We've got our outline now for our perspective, which is great. Then we can go to that point there. I'm going to use a pencil and we're going to create these circles around it. It's good to use a pencil because we're going to create the circles, but we don't need half of the circle, if that makes sense, as I'm drawing. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll be able to rub the bits out that I don't need in a minute. It'll make sense, I promise. So we're going round and round. Circle. So now I'm going to get my black pen and I'm just going to go over the lines that are behind the shapes. So this is where you do need to concentrate a little bit. It's so windy outside, isn't it? So like that bit. There's a piece here, look, it's behind. Piece here. Piece here. Just need to be careful that we don't get ourselves confused. Actually, this design isn't too bad because my letters fill in most of the space. So I probably might have got away with doing it straight away in a black pen. Oops. Went a bit wonky there. See the idea? Here we go. Brilliant. So you could leave it like that if you wanted to, or you could start adding some colour. So you will need to rub out these lines. I'm not going to finish it all probably on this video for you, but you've seen what the finish picture should look like. Could be like a name tag for your room, couldn't it? And it is a bit different to the graffiti names that we did a few weeks ago. I love doing those actually. And I know some of you guys love them at the different youth clubs that we do. So I guess this is just another way of doing that. So firstly I'm going to take a light colour. I'm going to use a yellow. And I'm going to do sort of the bottom of the main shapes of the letters. Just get the colour on. I think paint would be really great for this style because you'd be able to mix really easily. Look, my I need a sharpener. And actually felt tips work quite well with pencil crayon. You can use them both at the same time. I suppose crayons, felt tips are a bit more graphic-y, aren't they? So actually I'm going to use an orange that I've got here. So I'm going to do this straight down like this. I'm going to sort of go in the, draw in the direction of travel, so to speak. So we're all pointing to this focus point down here. Gonna do these as well. And that's drawing our eye down, isn't it? Into that focus point the whole time. Start adding some shading in a moment. It's my watch telling me to move. Go for a walk in a bit, I think. After lunch. Look at that. So yeah, you could take a little bit more time over it than I'm doing. Okay, so I've coloured all the other sides in. I'm going to use red. I'm going to start shading in these darker areas. So you want to think the light's hitting the letters right on the top, and these bits are going down into the ground, into this perspective line here. So we want it to be darker at the bottom. Coming up and getting lighter. Down a little bit harder. Oh, I missed that bit there. And then I might start using my felt tips. Sort of go over start putting a little bit of graphic style in. This might smudge onto my hands actually. But you can use whatever crayons you like really to get the result that you want. Keep experimenting, don't be afraid to experiment with different bits. So I've missed that bit there. Try and keep going in the same direction of the perspective. She said I was doing it in a different direction. It adds a little bit of pop, doesn't it, using these felt tips, I think. Keep going until you're happy with it really. Until you feel it is drawing your eye down. When you start using these darker colours, I think it really begins to make sense to your eye. If you can hear my husband's music in the background, going through some of his old records, I think. I don't think this is one of my best, if I'm honest. It's got a bit more work to do. Probably takes, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to do a full one that you feel happy with. I'm going to put the darkest colour down here, look. Again, you may need to, or want to add some darker bits up near the letters as well, the edges of the letters. It's up to you. Have an experiment and see how you can get it to pop out the best. And then, like on this one, I've put some light blue at the top, which I think helps the letters pop out at the top. Okay, so it might be that you do some cross hatching, which is just going across like this. Okay. And then you can start adding a little bit more brightness. I might use my felt tips then now. Mix that over to create a green colour as well. And keep going really until you're happy with the result. I hope you can see that. Now on this one I've followed the lines down, I've followed the perspective down. On this one I followed the shape, so on the S I've made it look, and the E I've made it look like it's rounded a little bit. So it's up to you really which effect you prefer. I think you did the rounded one on that too. So keep going. I'm going to keep going on that one and try and finish it off so Isaac can have one as well. Enjoy your crafting. Enjoy getting creative, and I'll see you at the next craft workshop. Bye for now.